It's the NFL on EA Sports, and the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Rams and the reigning Super Bowl champs on Thursday night primetime.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up with the Los Angeles Rams. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Goddard. And Charles, we look at this Sacramento team as we enter play here. They've handled all comers through the first 3 months, a perfect 12-0.
Yeah, they're 3/4 of the way to a perfect season, and now's where it really starts to get into your mind. We'll see if it affects their play in any way.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Rams, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes it actually works to your advantage. Now you've got to band together your team, the us against the world mentality. Let's see if they can use it and get a victory.
Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. They'll be led out by a longtime starter in the NFL, a former #1 overall pick way back in 2009. It's Matthew Stafford.
Coming off of a loss their last time out, I think he's just seeking to make a bigger impact on the game. He threw a touchdown pass, didn't throw an interception. I think he just wants to jump those numbers up in terms of flinging it around and letting his receivers get into the end zone.
Here's the first carry of the game for Cam Akers. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 15 carries, 86 yards.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
Coming up on 2nd and 7. To throw is Stafford. And that is incomplete. And now following the incomplete pass, we'll get a timeout here for an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Stafford now to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. 51 yards on the punt there. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. They'll be led out by a Heisman runner-up during his college days. It's the versatile Jalen Hurts.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
Buying time to his left. This is Smith to the ground. Touchdown! Devontae Smith 77 yards. And the Redwoods have taken the early lead. For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
And the final clocking on the next-gen stats there, how about this? 22.1 miles per hour. Wow. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra-quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just one play resulting in the touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. So the Rams coming back onto the field, their second drive of the game. And listen, these Thursday night games, they're tough on the body. You just played on Sunday, 72 hours later. Hey, it's game day again, but I have to think a Thursday night game in September much more preferable than a Thursday nighter in December, no?
Oh, there's no doubt about it. You mentioned how tough it is on the body. How about the mind? You're already tired, fatigued, right? Trying to battle for playoff spots. And here you have the quick turnaround. Now, the flip side is, if you take care of business, win that Thursday nighter, you go into a mini open week. Gives you a few extra days to heal up the body and the mind before you play your next game.
From the 25 on second down, Stafford. That's out to the flat for Akers. Call it a gain of a yard, and that'll bring up a third down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored.
And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. Fletcher Cox in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play, just someone that I could dump the ball to and get it out of my hands.
Here's Johnny Hacker now, standing just about on his own goal line. Yeah, that's a 48-yard punt with a coverage holding him to 3 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. Well, we do know, Charles, they will be in the playoffs. They currently sit at pole position number 1, but nothing's set in stone right now. They still have to earn that top spot.
And it makes me reflect back to preseason when you and I do our tours of camps. The prevailing message in each and every one of them was what? Win the division.
Win the division.
Win the division. You know you're in the playoffs. It means something. It means a home game. It means a number of other things, but winning the division is paramount. You're right. They won't step off the gas here.
Well, it's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense,
humming here in the early going.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 38. Miles Sanders, first carry of the game. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. The numbers for Sanders last week, 11 carries, 83 yards.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Hurts. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
On 2nd down, this is Harris. And they get him down at the 1. He had the broken tackle, but ultimately could not get into the end zone. They'll try and run with Harris. And Harris is not going to get there. Great work defensively to stop him short. They run for it with Harris. The Rams with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. On 1st and 10, Stafford. Open man is Higbee, the tight end. And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20. So a much rosier picture now after that last play. Here's 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line. Stafford going to give this to Akers. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Back to throw, Stafford. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Stafford. They'll set up the screen here to Akers. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
That was a beautifully executed screen pass. Let the rushers get upfield. The blocking forms in front. Lofted it to the runner. And now, not only does he have open space in front of him, he's got an escort as well, and they pick up big yardage.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Now a play fake it at Stafford. And this is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now it's Stafford. And that is incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down. Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
To throw again on 2nd down. Hurts. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. incomplete. That's Smith. And he will finally be taken out of bounds. It's a big play there.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Hurts sets up to throw it. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Jalen Hurts, 14 yards. And the Redwoods are able to widen their advantage. Well, the defensive coverage was good, so good he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah, you often wonder if they think to themselves, was the coverage too good to allow him to run the football? I think you'd rather take your chances with him doing exactly that, and he beat him on that play all the way to the end zone.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and it was finished off by the 14-yard touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. L.A. set to take over again on offense. And in a spot like this, still more than a minute, I think if you put something on the board before halftime, that would go a long way towards helping them get back into the game.
There actually is something to the psychology of the game at times, isn't there? How much better would they feel running into the locker room, as you noted, with something on the board in a positive fashion? You're exactly right. It's a great opportunity to get that done.
The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Throwing again on second down. Stafford. They'll get this one to Cup, complete. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. It's going the other way. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. Koo now for the point after. And it is now 21-0. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Get a look at this offense led by Cooper Kupp as they make their way back onto the field. They've got to be thinking, how can we get him a little bit more involved here? Second quarter, you're down, and really, he's been out of the mix.
I would agree with that, and oftentimes you hear, well, we're just taking what the defense is giving us, but sometimes that's just not good enough. Sometimes you have to take what you want, and that means getting him the football.
Yeah, so far just a single catch in this game. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Rosen. Got a man, it's Higbee, complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
And that is incomplete. Wow, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap for Stafford. He'll dump this off to Akers. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Now Stafford. And able to find Higbee. It's complete. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Off the fake to Akers. Here's Stafford. That's complete to his tight end, Higbee. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. From the red zone now, Stafford throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. Johnson with a completion over the middle. The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. To the air again, Stafford. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. Flush to his right. This is caught. It's Brown. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. They'll throw now on the final play. Flushed out right. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you two in just a moment. First, we just want to give everybody a look ahead to what's in store for us this weekend as we enter the final month of this NFL season. Good games all over the screen there, one being at MetLife Stadium. A big one for the Jets as they get set to take on the Dallas Cowboys. In the late afternoon games, one of the best of the bunch will be at Soldier Field in Chicago, where it'll be the Bears taking on the New York Giants. And lastly, Monday Night Football has a good one lined up between the Cleveland Browns and the San Francisco 49ers. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Rams, and they didn't get a whole lot accomplished through the air in those first 2 quarters of play. They'll need to up their game if they want to rally all the way back. Meanwhile, for our home team, they were even better throwing the football. Lots of open receivers to choose from, and you can bet that'll continue to be a focus in the second half. Both these teams, no doubt, making their final halftime adjustments as we speak. And for the call of the second half, we get it back out to Brandon Goddard and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The question to be asked, where does this game go from here as we are back at it now on EA Sports? And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter. And I tell you, 4 weeks still to go, and everything is wide open, and it's fun.
And I know we always talk about, well, if the playoffs were to begin today, and then we kind of go, okay, but they're not. Let's see how it plays out. Wouldn't it be fun to play with this playoff lineup right now? Because to me, just about anyone can win this whole thing out of this grouping we currently have. And by the time we get there, it may look entirely different.
Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down. What a dimension this man brings to this defense. He had his mind set there that he was going to get in and make that tackle. He really flew to the football. This will be caught by Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. On first down, Hurts. That is caught. It's the tight end, Goddard. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. They'll throw on first down with Hurts. Escaping the pressure right. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Here's Hurts to throw. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on second and goal. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Miles Sanders, touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Redwoods take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that makes the score 28-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Rams. They'll have it first here to begin the third quarter. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Through the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah. Will they make up for it? And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. On second and 12, Stafford. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion. And when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points. And the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
39 yards on the punt, give him just 1 yard on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here's Sacramento's offense once more. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. Throwing is Hurts. Eluding the pressure right. This is Smith with a grab. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Hurts. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by David Long. And the Rams are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. After the interception, here's Stafford. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Bobby Wagner, multiple times an All-Pro, in there to drop him for a loss. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now he dumps this off over the middle, and he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. So 8 yards on the completion there, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. Out of the gun, Stafford. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Johnson. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Stafford on first down. And it's going to be incomplete. He was in search of his tight end, Tyler Higbee. And now it's 2nd down. Here's Stafford. Going up top for Kupp. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. The Rams on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. He's going to air it out deep for Woods. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Desperation time for Stafford on 4th down. Going up top for Kupp. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line. Well, I guess an interception at this point on 4th down is just as bad as an incomplete pass. Either way, the ball goes over the other side.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in this late in the game, and there's not a whole lot he can do there, and he winds up giving the ball away.
Here's Sacramento's offense once more. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? Best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. To throw on 2nd and 6. Hurts, flush to his right. And he's caught at the 10-yard line. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. A big play there. From the gun, it's Hurts. And it's caught. Touchdown. Devontae Smith with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Redwoods add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. The touchdown all set up by the big play one snap before, but they finish it off here with a shorter completion, this time for the score.
I like how they stuck with what got them there, right? The big pass play, got the momentum going, right? You create it with a play like that, and you come right back with another pass play to finalize things off.
Now Younghoe Koo for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taking it about the 1. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. The first play of the drive there is incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Stafford. And his pass incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
And that is incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time.
Let's go.
Here's Sacramento's offense once more. And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Another run here with Sanders. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Flushed out right. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Hurts a handoff to Sanders. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here 1st and 10. A pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. And quickly they get to the line. That one looks like he'll throw here. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The partner, this offense 12-0 now on the year following their latest victory. And during the week, a lot of folks making comparisons between this squad and the 1985 Bears. You know, they too were 12-0 at this juncture. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. And they'll send out their punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. Fair catch called for and made, but now we'll have to see about the penalty. too amped up there, got to him before he had a chance to catch him.
Another example of players in tough spots getting the protection that they deserve. Got to make sure that he's able to catch the ball before you get to him.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, so a lot of credit to the defensive game plan and especially the execution.
Stafford's throw pulled in by Woods. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Now a first down throw. Stafford. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. It's been that kind of a day so far throwing the football. It just seems like nothing going right offensively.
Yeah, it's a catch that should have been made, pure and simple. And look, everything else that goes into running a good pass route, throw it all out if you don't catch the ball.
Been that kind of game throwing the football so far. Nothing going right offensively. Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. That's into the hands of Tutu Atwell. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. So plenty of smiles for the folks here as they head for the exits. It's a victory for their hometown guys. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one, and that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the home team here, the streak lives as they move to 13-0 now on the year. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week where they take on Washington. Meanwhile, for L.A., they can ill afford to drop too many more as they fall to 7-6 on the year. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers.
is Week 15 of the National Football League, and we've got a showdown in the NFC East. It's the reigning Super Bowl champs and the football team, and it's coming up next.
The sun has gone down and the mercury going down as well. To be expected, I guess, here on an autumn night just outside of D.C. at FedEx Field. They love their football in this part of the country, and this crowd is ready to go as their guys will match up with their opponents. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Goddard. And Charles, you look at our home side in this one. They're squaring off against a very tough unit to throw against.
And this is not one of the better passing offenses in the league to begin with, Brandon. And to illustrate that point, they're down near the bottom of the power ranking, so the focus is going to need to be on possession-type throws. Whether they're trying to use their running backs or tight ends a little bit more, the big thing is to make sure the quarterback gets it out of his hands quickly to his receivers, and they hope to gain an advantage that way.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line. So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the 10. They go play action with Hurts. They'll roll him out right. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goddard. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. A little glimpse of his athleticism there and what they're going to have to deal with. He can use his legs to dance around back behind the line of scrimmage and beyond the line of scrimmage.
And wouldn't you love to get a copy of their defensive scouting report going into the week? Because that's been stressed the whole time. Keep him bottled up. Keep him in the pocket. But it's the first drive of the game and emotions are running high.
Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call.
Keep playing.
So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. Second down, back to Sanders. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. In Washington territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 41. Room here to run. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Sanders will take it in. Touchdown. Extra point attempt to follow here. And it's good to make it 7-0. 5 plays there on that drive. And it was Miles Sanders who finished it off with a touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Ready to return. Here's Hilliard. Now a hit and a loose football.
Let's go. Let's go.
So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. They'll be led out by their 6'5" quarterback out of North Dakota State. It's Carson Wentz.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that 1 interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
Well, they're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7. And, Charles, you wonder about this defense coming in. I mean, look, it's no secret they're playing a team that's down on its luck right now. Losers of 5 straight. How does that change how you prepare for a game?
Well, to me, the first thought is you just get after them early, right? Take away any chance of them building any confidence. But the second thing is you prepare a little bit differently. You got to expect this team to take chances, go for it on 3rd and 4th downs, run a lot of trick plays, anything to try and break their losing streak. So you must stay alert and stay aware.
On the toss, it's Dorsett. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Wentz can't get away, and he's taken down. Javon Hargrave, the D tackle, getting the sack.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Throwing now is Wentz. Now he's flushed out left. He's got a man complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So the big play nullified, a legal forward pass.
And maybe we know why they were able to get such a good chunk of yardage on that play. That pass was illegal.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Here's Thomas on the return. Just a net of 34 there following a punt of 44 yards. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Hurts sets up to throw it. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. Touchdown! A.J. Brown, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Redwoods are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One play drive and into the end zone for 6. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Ready to return. Here's Hilliard. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
Here we go.
Out comes the Washington offense as we get a look at the playoff race in the NFC. The partner just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season. The playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early, but if there's that special one there, I say they go get him.
Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
Yeah, we're definitely in top form and pitched a shutout, as a matter of fact. That's the cherry on top of a great week of preparation. And you know what? These guys are eager to keep it going. So motivation this week, not an issue.
On the give, this is Dorsett. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
They dump it off, complete to Dorsett. And he's going to be taken down about a yard shy of the first at the 29.
What a waste of time.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football. Here's Tressway now as he'll kick it away for the second time. First kick 47. This one looks good as well. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. A nice return that time of about 14 yards. Here's Sacramento's offense once more. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was really easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts. On the move to his left. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. This offense, Charles, where we've talked about how well they played all season, sitting now at 13-0 at a finish line for a perfect regular season. That's in sight. Some in the media this week were pointing back to the 07 Patriots. Of course, remember, they finished the regular season unbeaten, but they were tested multiple times in that final month plus.
Yeah, it was something like 4 of their last 6 wins were one-possession games, and they played like a team that was trying to protect something instead of chasing something. And that's what happens when you have an undefeated.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Miles Sanders with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Redwoods are able to add on to that lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that makes the score 21-0. That time a 6-play drive. And it was Miles Sanders who finished it off with a touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Washington offense back out there. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3 and out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time...
And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
Coup for the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Carson Wentz, along with his offense, heading back out there for their next possession. In second quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive.
And sometimes you take on all that extra pressure on yourself, and maybe you have to disperse it a little bit. Lean on some other people, lean on your teammates, find someone who can take the pressure off and get the ball in their hands for a while.
Or this, if he doesn't, this is getting out of hand, or it could get worse. And they hand it off to Dorsett.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of people are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Now it's Dorsett. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. They fake the give. Now pressure comes, and down he goes. Fletcher Cox, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack.
And this came from the interior of the defensive line, and these guys, they're normally anchors of that spot, and they don't often get clear shots at the quarterback. But in this case, he got past the center and the guard in no time and got there to make the play.
They'll run. It's Dorsett. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. A 41-yard punt there with no return. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's already cruised past the 100-yard mark. We haven't even gone away for halftime yet.
He might not want halftime. All right, why cool off?
Keep everybody here.
Let's stay out on the field and keep going. But all that being said, everything is really working well for them. The play calling's been excellent. The blocking's been terrific. And obviously his vision and legs have hurdled him to this big number so far. We could be seeing something really special here.
And we'll see how much they give him the ball here. But first down, Hurts escaping the pressure right. Got his man, that's the Pro Bowler Julio Jones. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. following the pickup of 4. Here's 2nd and 6. Rolling to his right. Man open, here is Jones. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds.
And time to give some credit to the big fellows, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time able to scan the field.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Now another timeout called for by the offense as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. To try again after the sack. Hurts. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. So the interception there, and Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football, because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified.
So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach!
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll start up at TIAA Stadium in Jacksonville, where it was the visiting Panthers who were able to come in and get one on the road. Terrace Marshall, a touchdown catch in the victory. From there, we head to Foxborough to check on the Patriots at home at Gillette Stadium. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Miami Dolphins. Mac Jones, a touchdown pass in the victory. And one more to highlight, a good one on Monday Night Football between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Buffalo Bills. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats for our visitors in the first half. And a big part of their success on the scoreboard is their success in the running game. Over 100 yards as a team in those first 2 quarters of play. Meanwhile, for Washington, the rushing numbers tell a different story. They really couldn't get a whole lot going on the ground. And the evidence? The numbers. Final adjustments being made for the second half. Whether they'll amount to much in a game that's already pretty well decided, well, that's another question. Nevertheless, let's get you back out to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks. Yeah, that's something to consider. Are we in for more one-way traffic here in the second half? It has not been a competitive game to this point. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
The Washington offense ready to go to begin the third quarter. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Wentz going to bat this forward on the jet sweep. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Wentz looking to throw on 3rd and 2. He gets it to Thomas. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What did the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Fletcher Cox make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. A CD, you know, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's Tressway now, as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And he'll be just shy of the 20 at the 19 as he goes out of bounds. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. From the 44, Hurts. Flush to his right. Caught by Jones. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. First down, and they go back to Harris. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. He'll buy some time right. And his throw is incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. So that'll be marked down as a 19-yard punt. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep him warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Wentz now on 1st down. Left side, it's Dorsett. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. Wentz now to throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Washington on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd down and 12. Throwing is Wentz. Dorsett's got it. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And this will be scooped up by the defense. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. And maybe that's the perils of being a rookie running back in the NFL. I mean, look, it's not easy to hold on to the ball at any level with these talented guys. But in this league, you can learn a lesson early.
Without a doubt, and what a tough reminder for any Running back, especially a rookie, the things you got away with in college probably won't work so well in the NFL.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that makes this 35-0 now. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Ready to return, here's Hilliard. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. Now they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now Wentz. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Brian Burns, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. They'll run the draw with Dorsett, and they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. That 2nd down play nets a -4.
Well, they went back to him, but the results were similar, so I highly doubt that he'll get another opportunity here on 3rd and long.
Washington on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and forever. Again, it'll be Dorsett. And not much room there as he'll get it up only to about the 21. Now, defensively here, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Here's Tressway now as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. So just a 3-yard return following a punt of 45. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here's Sacramento's offense once more. With this lead and the football, things obviously looking good, but maybe, you've taught me this before, maybe this is where the defense is hoping that the offense helps them preserve that shutout that they've got going.
And it has to be in the minds of the offense that they know how rare it is to get a shutout. So take care of them, protect them, take care of the ball, move it downfield, run the clock down. You don't want your defense to have to go on the field again the rest of the game. Reward them.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Sanders here as they run out of the gun and able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Play action. Here's Hurts sliding out of the pocket. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's our visitors with the football as we get you reset. They've got it first and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. Throwing is Hurts. They'll roll him out right. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
Coup now for the point after. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. A drive there of just 4 plays. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Ready to return. Here's Hilliard. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. They're set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Once again here on 2nd and 10. And that'll be incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And that's just a solid, good physical run there as he motors for 9 yards. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. Rolling to his right. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. He'll buy some time right. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. When he went on the move there and started rolling out, I thought there was a window, but that window closed quickly, intercepted.
And sometimes, despite how big your arm talent is, you don't get enough out of it.
And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Javon Hargrave able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. And you could say that is just another cherry on top for this defense and that entire team. But really, this defense has sparked what's been an impressive effort here in this one.
And I noticed you used the word sparked because you're not seeing that on the other side of the ball, are you? The offense right now, The spark has left their game, and it's been because of what you described, that defensive pressure.
Meanwhile, Wentz's throw into the hands of McLaurin. So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one, and that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for our visitors, they move ever closer to the perfect regular season as they run things to 14-0. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for Washington, their slim playoff hopes are gone now as they fall to 5-9. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.